All right, Dad. Ford is making headlines again, and it's because they want to save the environment. Yeah, a
BS.
lot of BS.
Oh, this is not a live stream, so I can say that is pure unadulterated bull crap. Ford Motor Credit Company's new policy aims to better manage battery recycling on their leased Lightnings, Mustang Mach-E's, and E-Transit vans. I have never heard anything so full of nonsense in my life.
Let's just cue it up really quickly, Dad. Ford will no longer allow their electric vehicle lessees to buy those leased vehicles at the end of a lease term. They are following in the footsteps of Tesla. Tesla has done this for a while, claiming that they want to buy back all of those EVs so that they can have them as part of their autonomous driving fleet. Ford, they decided to spin it differently. They actually want to do it because they want to recycle batteries more effectively. This, to be clear, let's get the details out there. This rule applies to leases that began June 15th or later in 38 states, and Ford plans to have the remaining 12 states up to their new standards by the end of the year. So if you lease a Ford F-150 Lightning, Mustang Mach-E, or E-Transit van, you will not be able to purchase it at the lease end. Now, Dad, you and I can see through a little bit of the bullshit. Again, not a live stream, so we can curse.
Yes.
Tesla isn't doing this because they want an autonomous, driving fleet, and Ford isn't doing it because they want to recycle batteries. Can you please explain why lease equity is something that dealers want, and in particular, and we can discuss this, why Ford really, really, really wants to make sure they have those vehicles to go back to their dealers? Explain.
Yeah, and it's not even lease equity that they want. What they want is they want to be able to control the used car market for those vehicles that are coming off lease. And what I mean by that is if the customer can't buy it, well, then it has to go back to the dealer, which means the dealer will determine whether or not it's a nice enough vehicle to keep for their lot to resell. So this is Ford's effort to help dealers moving forward get their hands on better quality used vehicles that have limited amount of mileage on them after a 3-year lease. And it has nothing to do with recycling batteries when you consider that leasing makes up about 18 to 20% of all vehicles sold. Okay, so if it's 20%, that's a fifth of the vehicles that they're worried about recycling the batteries. Well, what about the other 80% that were sold? Who's recycling those batteries? Ford isn't stepping in to take care of that. This is just a ploy to get used car inventory to the Ford
Pops,
dealer.
it's all about a 5-letter word. And I'm not playing Quordle, okay? Or I'm not playing Wordle, excuse me.
Which word are you thinking? I'm thinking of profit, which is a 6-letter
Money,
word.
Money,
Okay.
which I got to remind everyone to keep the lights on here. We have our YAA membership. We'll run a promotion right now. Use the code July, then the number 4. Become a YAA member. Get 15% off right now. Money, Dad. It's what influenced my decision right there to remind everyone that we have a promotion that we're running. They're doing this because they need to have those vehicles. They need to, you said it correctly, control the used car market. That's what they're doing. And they are going to take away the opportunity for Ford lessees to be able to turn around and actually buy those leased vehicles 3 years from now and sell them and make money, like your buddy Lee. Your buddy Lee's got a Subaru right now. He's got $10,000 in equity in it. You wouldn't be able to do that in the future.
And here's the other thing about leasing. One of the benefits of leasing was to say to somebody, hey, realistically, what you're getting is a 36-month test drive. And if this turns out to be the greatest vehicle you've ever driven and you want to keep it forever, you can buy it. Well, that would no longer be the case with the Lightning, the Mustang Mach-E, or the E-Transit. You are literally locked into a 36-month or 24-month, however long the term's going to be, rental agreement. It is no longer a lease per se. It is strictly 100% a rental agreement.
Why is Ford doing this now? Ford Model E, their new initiative for how they're going to sell electric vehicles, is They're going to use their dealer partners. You know what the dealer partners are going to have? No inventory and no control over pricing. We're seeing markups everywhere right now on Ford's electric vehicles, specifically the F-150 Lightning, and they're getting called out for it a lot.
Yes.
Well, in 2025, I think it is. That's when Model E, or maybe it's 2024 next year, that goes into effect. No more markups. The price is the price.
Yes.
How do you think Ford's going to have a bargaining chip with their dealers to say, hey, we know we're taking away profit from you when you sell them as new vehicles. We understand that. But every lease, every I wouldn't even be surprised if Ford started saying you subscribe to your F-150 Lightning for 2 years. Every subscription you sell, every lease that you sell, you know what, Ford dealer? We're going to force that vehicle to come back into your inventory. And you know what's going to happen when you sell it as a used car? You can sell it for whatever price you want because it's a used car now, baby.
Yeah.
This is so much bargaining chip, I think, strategically with their dealers to say, hey, you're not going to like this relationship as much on the front end. You're going to love this relationship when they're used cars. And you know what? You're going to be the most profitable used car dealership you've ever been. That is the pitch from Ford right now, I bet you, to their dealer group about the push to EV.
Well, the other part of that pitch better be we're gonna offer some vented leases and
Dad, don't you think they're going to incentivize trying to get more people into leases?
100%. Exactly, they have
and
to.
they totally will. I would.
Yeah.
I hope we can timestamp this moment. My bet is 3 years from now, it's not 18% of people lease Ford F-150 Lightnings. It's probably 50% because they've made it so attractive to rent it, to subscribe to it.
Yeah, that's certainly going to be the hope, that they're going to want to get the leasing aspect of it up to 50% or higher, so that they can guarantee to their dealers, you're going to get all these cars back. This is how you're going to be able to make the money on the back end of these things that you weren't able to make on the front end. And this
starts to really paint a very clear picture. Ford Motor Credit, just like all of the other leasing companies and credit companies, they're hedge funds. They're risk management organizations. They're big banks. They think the prices of these used electric vehicles and hybrid vehicles are going to increase or at least stay steady over the next few years. That's how I read into this. And as consumers, they're redesigning how it works so that we do not get to experience what we're experiencing right now and happened for the past 18 months ever again. And instead, you know what? We own nothing, but we're happy because we get transportation from A to B. The dealers stay happy because now they have this super profitable used car inventory flow, which is a huge problem right now. And everyone gets to be, happy-go-lucky, except for us. We're now subscribing to our damn cars because we don't know any better.
Yep.
This is not about recycling batteries, Ford. You didn't fool us.
It has nothing... Yeah, it has nothing to do with recycling batteries. That was the weakest excuse for coming up with this program that I could. I don't know who at the upper echelon said, "Oh yeah, the public's stupid enough to buy that. I'm signing off on that." That is such nonsense. And I'm glad that we were able to be here to point out how nonsensical.
I hope a lot of people watch this video and truly understand the implications of this. And hey, we could be wrong, and we will totally own up to it if we're wrong. But I think we're seeing through this one pretty clearly.
Yeah, I think Stevie Wonder could see through this one.
Thanks, Pops.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My apologies to Mr. Wonder.